Hi YouTube. Today I want to do another video in my series for the walleye run fishing the Maumee River. Today I was going to show you what vest I wear and also what I typically take out on the river with me. Also in this video I'm going to cover my net because I actually wear my net as an attachment on my vest, and I found this little magnet attachment at a Dick's Sporting Goods in Maryland, and I don't see a lot of people wear their net this way, but this thing works really awesome. So just to kind of show you, starting off with the net, when you need your net, you can just pull it off and net your fish, and then when you're done, you just take this little magnet attachment. I'll do a close-up of the magnet after I take it off, but you just, and then it hangs there out of the water. Pretty awesome. A lot of people just have it hang off their wader belt, and it kind of just floats there and gets trash and leaves and sticks in your net all day long. I really kind of like this, and it's just always where I need it to be, and I'm not getting tangled up in it. So I use this little magnet keeper to attach the net to the back of my vest. So what kind of net do I use? I use a Frable net. It's got the like rubber mesh, and also notice how large that thing is. The first couple years that I went up there, I had one of those little trout wooden nets, and I had actually the first couple years I didn't really catch any fish up there, but I had problems netting other people's fish even with the smaller net. So that's why I bought this one. With this one, it's big, but it's still really lightweight, this Frable net. But it works really well, and I have zero problems netting a fish with this net. So I'm going to take my vest off and then show you on the bench, on my workbench, what I keep and where I keep it, and talk a little bit more about my vest. So let me get it set up here. Okay, so I'm going to go over this on the bench. Here is the magnetic keeper that I use on my net, and it just comes apart like that when you need to use it, and then when you're done using it, it just snaps back together. Works very awesome. I can't tell you how much I paid for it. I'm not quite sure, maybe 12 bucks. But that keeps your net on your back and out of the water and out of the way. It's pretty awesome. And I just got that last year, tested it out, and it worked awesome. So with my vest, on the back side there's this big zipper pocket, which is almost like a small backpack kind of thing. What I keep in there is typically water, and then any extra things that I may need, so worms or anything that I want to take a bunch of that I don't have room up here for, I'll keep back there. That way, if I'm in the river and I need something, it's probably in the back. So I'm going to start down at the bottom and work my way up of what I keep where. So in these 4 front pockets right here, this vest works really well because I keep different weight sinkers in each of these pockets. So, you know, I might do 3/4, ½ ounce, and then 3/8 in these, and that seems to work really well, and it keeps them separated. The only thing that does kind of suck with this is I've bent over before, and you can see how it's just attached with a piece of Velcro there that I've dumped a bunch of sinkers in the river before. So now I try to be careful with that, but now that I've done it a couple times to myself, and I realize I just kind of kneel instead of bend over, so I don't lose my sinkers. It's kind of hard to unzip this with. It's kind of hard to unzip this with two hands, or with one hand. So just give me a second here. I'm gonna unzip everything, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So this vest has two different pockets here on the front here, and in this front pocket, these are the gloves that I typically wear. Unless it gets really cold, I wear a pair of neoprene gloves, but typically I wear these military surplus wool gloves with the fingers cut off, and they are pretty awesome. They're pretty popular with the guys up on the river. So that's what I keep in this front pocket. The second pocket is where I keep my Lindy riggers, with all my leaders that I pre-tie before I go up there, on both sides. So I have tons of those, and they stay handy right there in my vest. So up here I keep my two tools here. The two tools I keep attached to my vest are a pair of Rapala scissors. I use scissors because I use braid, so the scissors work very well with the braid, and they also work with the monoline, but I always use scissors instead of clippers. A lot of people use clippers. And then I also have a pair of stainless steel hemostats, and I use those if a fish ever swallows a hook really bad, or sometimes the hook gets buried in a kind of a tough part of the fish. So I have those where I can, use these to grip almost like a pair of pliers and get those out, get the hook out of the fish. So in these top pockets is where I keep my worms on both sides, just different colors, and that's kind of key. You want a big variety of colors when you go up there. As far as what colors to use, I just can't tell you because not one color, I've been up there will be hot one day and not the next, so you just never know. So I try to buy a big range. And then, like I said, I stay out on the river all day when I go up there to fish. So I typically, in any pockets where I don't have stuff stashed, I will keep things like these Luna bars, which are pretty high in calories and can kind of sustain you and keep you from getting too hungry out there. And then let's see, in this pocket I have a spare spool of fire line, and that comes in handy in case you burn through a bunch of line. That's definitely something I recommend. Let's see. So on the inside pockets here, I've got a big thing of beef jerky, which is something I like to eat when I'm out there. Again, protein, which kind of keeps you from getting too hungry. And then like these Cliff Bars, those things are pretty awesome. And I basically can stay out there all day on a couple granola bars and some beef jerky. I'm hungry when I come in, but that's kind of something enjoyable that we do. Is usually we go out to dinner before we go back to the hotel. Also, something I keep in my vest are hand warmers. If it's cold enough, that's something that I like to have. When your fingers get cold up there, it's really hard to tie knots, and basically that's what you do all day, is sit there and tie knots. And sometimes just getting the blood warm and flowing back to your fingers again helps you tie your knots quite a bit faster. So that is what I keep in my vest. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but like I said, this is a Gander Mountain Guide Series Deluxe fishing vest. I think I paid $55 for this thing 6 years ago, and I just looked on the internet the other day, and I think the same vest, it's got a little bit different pocket configuration than this one, but it looks like it would still be a good vest, and it's running 44 bucks. So you know, really any vest will work. I just like the one with a lot of pockets because I like to keep things organized, and I also, like I said, you know, an old Boy Scout like myself, I like to take everything with me. That way, if I work my way into a good spot on the river, I don't have to leave, I don't have to move, I can just sit there and fish and have a good time. So, you know, sometimes when I am closer to the land, I will go up and sit down, take a break. You know, especially if I'm fishing with other people where they can save my spot in line. But if not, I like to be prepared, and this is what I keep in my vest. So, thanks for watching. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Have a good day, and thanks for watching.